Hello everyone and welcome to Katharine's Creatures. This is a series where I get to talk a little bit about and touch base upon various mythological creatures, beast beings, and the like pulled from lore worldwide. And I always like to preface by saying I'm not a linguist, so if I mispronounce anything, I do apologize in advance. I try my best. Now, today I wanted to talk about the Domovoy. If it sounds familiar, it's because I did mention him last week when I was talking about the Kikimora. Now, the Domovoy is essentially an entity that comes from a variety of Slavic religious traditions, and because of that, does have a variety of variations, as in most mythological entities. But Domovoy actually in Russian translates to the one of the household. That is the meaning of the word itself. And just depending on the country of origin and the people who are believing it, there are a number of alternate spellings and names that are really similar, but do have their deviations between Ukraine, Poland, etc., so on. Now, overall, the Domovoy was usually viewed almost all the times as a household spirit. And we've talked about a variety of household spirits in the past, including last week's Kikimora. But they're thought to be, depending on the myth, the Domovoy is always a male. And depending on the myth, sometimes was thought to be the kind of a personification of the deity called Rod. And so Rod was a god of family, ancestors, and fate. So the Domovoy was kind of this more tangible form of that. And again, goes back to the fact that not only is Domovoy typically a household spirit, it's more often than not a protective spirit. Whoever's household that the Domovoy kind of claims and attaches to, he protects those people and whatever the best interest for those people. In particular, the Domovoy loves children and household pets and animals, and so will take it upon himself to care for both of those. But the counterpart of the Domovoy, because Domovoy's being a male, could either be the Kikimora, as we talked about a little bit last time. Alternatively, there are versions where, say, the Domovoy's female counterpart is the Domenia. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And again, this is kind of a deity, a kind of goddess household spirit entity. Now, again, going back to the fact they protect the house. They take a true interest in whatever the people living within it believe and feel like. So they share with that family both the joys and the sorrows of whatever is happening. So they really do bond with the people they protect. And because of that, if there are stories about feuding between families, and the winning family, the Domovoy, would kind of take over the household and help kind of vanquish any enemy rivals, because they are truly trying to protect not just the property itself, but the people who live there as well. And that's why, being a protector spirit, they are viewed as protector of kin and invested in the well-being of the kin, of the family they join and attach to. Now, because of this, they try their best, not just helping around the household, sometimes they're known to warn against future events, kind of this prophetic nature where they will say, hey, there's a death of a loved one that's happening, just giving you the heads up kind of thing. And so they try their best to kind of protect and prepare the family for even unfortunate circumstances. Now, a Domovoy could become corrupted and almost demonic in nature. This is often due to the fact that it is affected in a negative way when people of the family use or enact in bad behavior or use bad language. So I thought that was kind of interesting. You can corrupt the Domovoy from being this good entity to something worse. And when they are corrupted, they can either, best case scenario, leave the household. So all the chores, all the stuff they were doing to help you, all their protection is gone. That's the best case scenario when they have a corrupted Domovoy. Worst case is they actually start afflicting the family with illness and other forms of calamity. So they then actually take it upon themselves to do bad things. I guess that's the summary of it. They become this truly negative entity that will actually turn against the family they once protected. Now, the Domovoy cult, the people who believed in them, were so adamant about them, and again, there are links to being potentially gods or related to these deities, that they actually had, they were worshipped in some ways, and people would sacrifice to them in some ways, and they were heralded and regarded in such typically high regard that certain circumstances required offerings to be made. For instance, if you had a new household, one of the things was common was the first slice of bread that was cut once the family moves into the new household would be offered to the Domovoy as kind of a, hey, we're here, here's the new home, let's get things rolling. But if you have any, that's pretty much all I have about this particular entity. I found the Slavic mythos, the more I learn about it, pretty fascinating. If you have any questions for me about this or anything else, post them in the comments below or reach out to me on any of my social media. And until next time, everyone, Skål.